Hello and welcome to Condition by Kia. So in this video, I'm going to be doing some stretching that is going to be useful for anybody who has sciatic nerve pinches or lower back tightness, hip tightness, or you just cannot seem to get that rotation in your hip due to any kind of nerve pinching within that region. What you're going to need is a comfortable chair. I wouldn't suggest a wooden chair. If you have a wooden chair, put some kind of cushion or layering so that way the bones and the nerves that you're sitting on aren't going to be overactivated and feeling pain. You could also use the edge of your couch or even your bed, but I would say the couch would be better than your bed. For today, I'm going to be using my office chair here. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's get into that stretch. So first, bring your leg up all the way here. Unlock that knee, make sure it's not locked out, and only go as far forward as feels comfortable. You don't really need to push it too much, just until where you feel the hamstring stretching, because this is quite important. You want those hamstrings to loosen up. The tight hamstrings are making the hips tight as well. We're doing about 15 seconds for 2 really deep breaths. Switch your feet nice and carefully. Use the wall if you need to for balance. Make sure that knee is unlocked and come forward only as far as comfortable. As soon as you feel that stretch in the hamstring or even in the lower back, just take a nice deep breath and let it slowly relax. There you go. Bring your foot up. Do your best to get your foot up on top of your chair. Grab the edge and pull yourself in. Now for those of you who do have that nerve pinch or super tight back muscles, this one is actually pretty nice. It may seem like the easiest one, but that hip motion of getting that flexion up on this other side is actually pretty tight. Carefully switch. Another deep breath. Alright, so now you're going to sit down on your chair. You're going to relax all the way back, or as far back as what's comfortable for you. The first step is trying to get your leg up onto the other leg. If that is too impossible, you can use something like a foam roller or a yoga block or something that is of a smaller height. You're going to set that right there. You're going to put that rotation right here instead. First, you're going to have that lean back. Take a nice deep breath. Because with tight hips, this one is going to relieve it first. Slowly use your chair, use your couch. Slowly come forward to where you feel that nice stretch right there in the lower back. Remember, if you can get your leg all the way up on the other leg, you're still doing the same motion. Now you're going to get the other one up, nice and slow. Give it a lean back first. A nice deep breath. Now come forward as far as comfortable. Sometimes that's just sitting up nice and straight. Sometimes that's going a little bit far forward. Just whatever you feel is comfortable and you feel a nice stretch. Let that down. Bring your leg up onto your yoga block or whatever you're using. If this is too much, you can use the floor. Scoot yourself up and give yourself a nice stretch right here. So either way works. But we're going to do this one first, I'm going to do the other one as an alternate. You should feel that hamstring with this one. Alright, if that one was good and you want to stick with it, we're going to repeat that one more time. If not, scoot it back a little and use that foam roller or yoga block and come slightly forward. Take a nice deep breath. And give it a swap. Another deep breath. Go ahead and stand on up. Don't do an overarch or an overarch. Just keep it nice and neutral. We're going to bring that leg up. Rotate it out to the side. So you see I'm just rotating it out. We'll do that a few times. There's 4. On the 5th one, we're going to give a 15-second hold. Now those 4 little pulses are just getting your hip used to that motion. So ready for it? 1. Unlock this other knee. Make sure it's not locked out. This is 3. 4. This last one, you're going to hold. 1. One more deep breath. Bring it in. And just like that. Go ahead and give yourself another sit. Bring both feet out in front of you. Put your back up as straight as possible. With a pillow, a foam roller, or your yoga block, whatever you're using, aim it in front of you and stretch for those toes. So it can look like that. It can look like that. Or it can even be a couch cushion too. Just make it a bit of a challenge. Remember, you want to loosen up the lower back and you want to loosen up the hamstrings. Come on up. Alright, now depending on what you're using, we're going to start with that first one again. Straighten that knee, or not straighten, so unlock that knee. Using the yoga block, couch cushion, pillow, foam roller, whatever you're going to use. One arm, so right arm, right leg. This arm is staying back, we're working on that rotation. Another deep breath. This time you should feel that hamstring pull closer to your knee. Easily come up. Grab onto something if you need to. Switch your legs. Take a nice deep breath. Arm behind you. Work on that rotation. One more deep breath here. And come on. Alright, now we're going to get a bit of the inner thighs. Bring your leg up to the side. Unlock that knee. Find a spot where it doesn't feel awkward on your knee. Use your couch cushion, pillow, or your yoga block, or your foam roller sideways. And lean towards it. We're stretching the hip muscles and the oblique muscles right here. These are going to be tight as well usually. If that is too much of a stretch, you can also just grab the top of your couch or top of your chair, whichever works. Switch sides. Make sure you unlock that knee. Lean into it. Remember grabbing something to reach towards your foot, or you're holding onto the end of your couch or your chair. You should feel this inner thighs and a little bit on the outer hip and obliques. Come on up, nice and slow. Use the wall for support if you need to. Bring your leg up, back down. Rotate it up and back down. Nice and slow. This is kind of like a dynamic stretch right here, because you do need that movement in there. Let's do 3 more. Make sure you're making circles with those legs, with your hips, like that. 1 more to the other side. There we go. Tap it up. Point your toe. A few, 3, 4, and hold. Stretch that calf muscle, because sometimes the calves will be tight if everything else is tight. Unlock that back knee. Switch sides. We're going to do 4 mini calf raises and then a hold. And then give it a nice hold. Unlock that knee. Alright, we got one last stretch. Easily get back into your chair. You should be somewhat loosened up here. Bring your feet out a little bit wider. Rotate. One arm behind, one arm forward. So right arm reaches to the right foot, left arm reaches to the left foot. If you can't quite reach, just aim for a higher level. Just depends how tight your muscles are. Go ahead and switch sides. Another 15 seconds. Come on up. Alright. Well, I just wanted to leave a mental note here. If you do have those sciatic nerves or any inflammation within that area, I would recommend cutting out anything made with yeast or flour to avoid extra inflammation, to cut it out, and that way your body can heal properly. So take out the bread, take out the pastas, take out rice, anything that will be made with yeast or flour, including tortillas. That way you can go full focus on vegetables and meat. That way you get the protein and the healthy carbs. But do that until all that inflammation goes away. You can also add in ginger shots if you have a juicer. Just juice about 1 inch or 2 of ginger and take it like a shot. Or you can do some ginger teas that helps with the inflammation as well. But thank you so much for joining in. I hope you had a nice relaxing stretch with that. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave that in the box below. But I hope you have an awesome, wonderfully blessed day and relieved inflammation. See you on the next one.